What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eye Bright, also known as PT. I don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about Fear the Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 1, and why do this to Morgan. Spoiler warning for all things Fear the Walking Dead, everything Walking Dead related. Spoiler warning. So first and foremost, the episode was meh. And overall, if I had to say I liked it or I didn't like it, I'm going to go with I didn't like it. But it's the last premiere of the final 12 episodes, and it starts with Morgan. Reminds me a lot of season 6 when Daryl, Glenn, Michonne are captured, and they have the coverings over their head, and you see the lights and stuff with the van. But it's Morgan meeting with I guess Padre. That's all he's named as, Padre. It's not, I guess, the same acronym that we thought it was supposed to be with Alicia. It's this guy going by the name Padre. But we see the two-way mirror. We see Morgan and Madison fight back. They point guns at, I guess the guy is against the glass, like he's on the other side of the two-way mirror, and he's talking through the speaker, and then they leave, and we have a 7-year time jump. So Mo is 8 years old. Morgan is a collector. Madison is basically locked up for trying to help them escape, and Grace is also, has a job with Padre. But the episode focuses on Mo. And that wouldn't be bad if Mo was a big character, like if it was Judith or Carl or another child of the zombie apocalypse that had more story behind it. Mo, to me, seems like a newer character, and to devote so much to this character early on is kind of a misstep, in my opinion. And they all have different names, like her name is Ren. But she has to prove herself by killing this one walker. Like, it's a big deal. And yeah, she's 8 years old, and they're raising a child army for what? Like, Madison asks that question, and it's a good question. But Mo is putting her gear on, and they take the teeth out, and they put a sponge in their mouth, and they basically make it in a controlled environment as possible. The teeth coming out was pretty cool. But again, it just seems like it's a Hunger Games type of thing, and Mo is a newer character, and this is the last 12 episodes, and we're focusing on this person that has really come on since season 6. She was born to Rachel and Isaac, and so she struggles with the walker, and it's a big problem, and she walks around, and she's going to take more responsibility and duties around there to help this other girl, and we see that all the kids are being taught stuff and they're being brainwashed, and you see that the person is hit the walker with the stick. There's no head strikes, which I thought was like, what are you doing here? It's a little kid, maybe he can't reach, but he can. But it's body, more body strikes. And you see the kids have their jobs, they have their roles, and then you see the guards up there with the 50 cal machine gun on an island. Who is coming around? Is it really to stop the children from leaving? Is it that they're going to be under attack, or what are they doing this for? And I know it's the first episode and they're not going to answer everything, but I would like something. We only have 12 episodes. We have 11 more episodes. But Mo is moving the heavy oxygen bottles, and if they're full, they're usually pretty heavy, if you ever lifted one. And she drops the bottle down the steps, and then she goes to check out what's going on here. It's pretty ridiculous that they have so many resources for Madison. Like, it's Madison, she's important to the fans, but why is she important to Padre? They have this whole room set up for a breathing device and to help up with the oxygen because she has COPD or emphysema. I don't know what she actually has. But Mo, you could tell with the air coming out, that's what that was. But Mo looks in, and then the jump scare. That's the whole point of this, with the arm reaching out. But Madison's like, hey, don't run away. I won't hurt you. Then why'd you scare the crap out of her? Why didn't you say, hey, I'm in here. My name's Madison. Who are you? Not, come back, I won't hurt you. What are you reaching for? It was pretty dumb, but it's a jump scare, what they do in horror shows and movies, and this is trying to be. And again, the writing is just all over the place. It felt like this episode jumped around too much, and this is the final season premiere. How many times has The Walking Dead been awesome in their season premieres? Then Madison, who's named Lark, everybody has a different name now, which is kind of comical, but I guess it's what Padre wants to do. And we don't know why these people are coming to have blood draws once a week. Is it to find a cure, find help for Madison, to treat her, emphysema, COPD? And Madison tries to escape. She tries to take the gun and, commit suicide, but it doesn't work. And then this person injects something into her and knocks her out. And then Madison actually ends up leaving with Mo's help. To me, the scar doesn't make sense because that's a pretty big scar. That would be a lot of her arm if she was little. Again, Mo was like 1 year old when this happened. The fact that Madison is swinging around a sledgehammer like Thor is comical because the sledgehammer is not light. It's definitely a fake rubber sledgehammer that she's swinging around. And if she's got COPD, which would put a lot of stress on her lungs and breathing, and she sweeps the leg like Cobra Kai, and the people from Padre go flying into the walls and get knocked out. It's just kind of funny and comical in my opinion. But Madison and Ren, or Mo, get on a boat and they gas it up and they leave. And Morgan, or Nightingale, finds them. Mo's like, I want to go back. I want to do this. I want to stay. I want to go back. I want to go back. I want to stay. I want to this. It's just annoying. Like, yes, it's an 8-year-old, but they're focusing on an 8-year-old. It's like annoying young Carl. Like, nobody wants to see that. But the fact that she struggles to kill the walker time and time again, it's understandable because she's 8. But it's annoying. Like, come on, right? And the fact that she remembers this, what was she, a year old? Like, she has the best memory ever. Like, do you remember something when you were 1 year old? I don't think I do. But it's just, I don't know. It is what it is. The fact that they go to like a little fair reminded me a lot of when Michonne and Rick went there on The Walking Dead. There were some, little, not callbacks, but I guess references or Easter eggs that reminded me a lot of it. It's kind of a cool little setup here. And it just reminded me of that little carnival setup with the terrible deer. Remember that terrible CGI deer? Morgan's going to take out Madison. And, they're pointing guns at each other left and right in the episode. And no one dies because Morgan don't die, and Madison's she's not gonna come back at the end of season 7 to die right away in season 8. That'd be a waste of a character, or I guess story for the characters. As Ren, or Mo, looks on, she's like, I want to go back. I want to go back to Padre. I should have never left. I should never this. Morgan gets distracted, and Madison goes after. Morgan takes the gun, and now she has the gun, rips the weapon away from Ren. Which, I don't know, Ren was pretty annoying. Did you like Ren? Was she annoying you? I mean, she was okay. It's understandable. She's an 8-year-old, but it was just a little more annoying time and time again. And Morgan is in trouble because Madison has the gun now. Mo looks on. And it's just like, step forward, step back. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Step forward, step back. And it's just annoying because we went nowhere with the episode. Madison, Morgan, and Mo escaped Padre. Only to come back. Morgan brought them back. Madison was brought back. They got out to go back. It's like what are we doing here? We're jumping around way too much. Morgan doesn't get shot. Madison doesn't get shot. Morgan and Madison have to work together. And it's like, I don't know, the writing was just like, what are we doing here? It just felt like a waste of 40 minutes. Like, you could have just set things up to leave, to move the story forward. But they go to the houseboat where they were before. And Morgan tries to help Madison. Madison's coughing because her oxygen tank isn't really working. And Madison and Morgan talk, and now they're friendly again. And Morgan's like, oh, I didn't know what they were doing to you. And she said, they were taking my blood weekly. And I'm waiting to hear why. Why? Still more dialogue. Why? And it never comes. They never answer the question. What are they taking her blood for? And it's just annoying to me when they don't answer questions. Like, it's a simple little line of dialogue. Oh, they were doing to test this, or look for antibodies, or something. It's something, whatever, right? And then Morgan says that he's working as a collector, and he's, only taking kids that don't have parents, or their parents are letting them go. And he's like, does Padre know about that? How could they? They're not with Morgan all the time, so they don't. And meanwhile, you have Ren is doing some cleaning, and she wipes the walls perfectly to have the words Dwayne, Morgan's deceased son, Jenny, Morgan's deceased wife, you were supposed to protect them is what it was, and then King County. So nice little callbacks, nice little setup for where they're going to go, and Morgan lies to Ren/Mo, whatever you want to call her, that this was here. This was here before. No, I didn't do this. And, we see King County, and she even says it out loud. King County, what's that mean? Is it a inquisitive 8-year-old? She wants to find out, but the fact that she cleans off the walls, what is she doing? Why is she wiping the walls down? I guess something to highlight that. I don't know, but why didn't Morgan leave too? You could leave. You went from Virginia to Texas. Go wherever this is, back to Virginia. back to wherever. Go to Atlanta, go to Georgia, go to King County, which eventually we're going to get there. It's funny that Mo knows how to operate a cassette player. I guess they have them on Padre. The one tape that they have is Grace singing. And Mo's just got that annoying voice. Like, what is this? What is this? What is this? Who is this? What am I doing? What am I listening to? And Morgan lies to her again. And now she has the gun and points it at them. And it's like guns everywhere. But nothing happens, and Morgan gets the gun. Now, the walkers that were stuck in the mud were attracted by the single gunshot. Now they're all coming towards the houseboat. They can magically just get through the swamp water so easily. They don't get stuck, which is like, come on, right? Madison's going to stay back and take the focus of the walkers, and she bangs the sledgehammer on the siding. That doesn't dent it at all. But all these walkers everywhere. Mo gets stuck in the water, and Mo starts to remember. Again, she has the best memory ever from something that happened 7 years ago. And I believe the showrunners wrote this episode, and you kind of can tell when they write stuff because it's like, this isn't reality. It seems so far-fetched time and time again. So Mo's stuck in the water, as she would be. She can't get out, and Morgan is killing the walkers around there. Madison is attracting all these walkers, and there's so many walkers in this swampland. Why didn't Morgan just go around and kill them time and time again? Just, it's easy. They're stuck. Use your stick, his new pointy stick, and then this walker right here in the center of it is about to come bite Madison, and we're like, yes, come on, right? And Madison. I know Madison fans hate that. They're like, no, the Madison ain't gonna die. I know that for sure. But as the walker's getting closer and closer and the drama's coming up, we see the CGI blood coming out of the walkers' heads, and we see Grace come flying in on this raft, on this boat, on this little dinghy or whatever you want to call it. And it's kind of funny. I laughed because she comes soaring in heroic, and she's like, and she just takes out all these walkers. None of the bullets hit Madison whatsoever, but she sprays all this gunfire, and it'd be ridiculously hard. You're moving so fast. She has a pistol, and she just kills 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 walkers, and she has a full magazine of bullets of it. But she kills all these walkers, and again, there's no bullets hit the siding or do anything there too. It's just like, come on, this is Fear the Walking Dead. So this is what happens. And Madison is saved because, hashtag save Madison or bring Madison back. And then, so there's 9, 10, 11. So she uses up a full magazine of, 12 bullets, I'm guessing. And she takes out the walkers. Her eyes are closed, by the way. And she takes out the walkers, and she saves the day. So Grace has been working for Padre. We find out that everyone got jobs, evidently. So they talk about the rafts, that the people on the rafts were. Also, I forgot to mention that. And Victor is MIA. So Victor, is somewhere alive. And we'll see Daniel and June and Dwight and everybody that was on the rafts. But we'll talk about that at the end of the video. But Grace comes in and saves the day. And I'm sure Madison fans were happy. And some people probably liked the episode. And I guess I had low expectations for it, even though the trailer was really good for season 8 of this final season of Fear the Walking Dead. But Mo's like, who are you? I'm your mother. Like, a great line. I guess it was on Mother's Day, so it was fitting that this episode came out. And Grace, Mo's mom, which is, not her actual mother. That was Rachel and Isaac were the parents. And I'm glad Mo actually learned that by Morgan, because if you remember that's what happened. It made you remember, like, who are the parents? Because it happened so long ago. But Grace saves the day, and then they go to a beach, and I guess they called Padre because Padre's going to come and take really everybody. Well, except for Heron, which is Grace's name, which is kind of funny, another bird name kind of thing. So she has to go to a part there. And, Mo is smart. She's got a great memory, evidently, and she's smart. And she figures out, something's not right here. I would always look out and try to figure out what's missing, what's not there. Something's missing in my life. And that's pretty smart for a child that was born in the apocalypse, without any schooling or education, and probably not reading or being, taught stuff. It's just funny. But we see this person, I don't even know this person's name, but she comes and takes Madison, or Lark is her name, back to, they still have a use for her, which we don't know what it is. Everybody looks on like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen to her? I don't know. But Madison says, remember what I said, and whatever, But again, I don't really have a connection with Ren or Mo. So I really don't care. Like, she was kind of annoying. I don't like Madison. I like Morgan, but they made Morgan like a wuss. Like, he was like, we're giving you back because it's the right thing to do. You're giving up your child. Like, yeah, he wants to protect his child. Like, he couldn't do that before with Dwayne or whatever. And now here's the thing. And they take away, Mo and Madison with their several patrol boats, which all the gas they're using. They got the seer, which makes it difficult for, Morgan and Mo to see their daughter. It's really their daughter. They're raising Mo. Well, actually, Padre is, right? They've been there for 7 years and been there for so long. Padre is basically the parents for Mo. But Morgan looks on, and Morgan's like, okay, what do you want me to do next? And I don't know this character's name, but like I said before, she looks like Beaker from the Muppets. I don't know, the terrible haircut. But Morgan is not going to be involved with Mo and everything there too. But he's getting in trouble because he's too connected and he's too involved with Ren. But Ren goes back and talks to Padre and says, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll do this. I'll do anything you need. I'll do that. I'll show you. I'll prove myself. And now all of a sudden she's a badass. And she takes out the walker, no problem. And it's a big deal because I don't know why, but she's still 8 years old and she could freeze. This doesn't mean anything for that. And this is how the episode ends. Dun, dun, dun. And it looks like next week in 802, per Fear the Walking Dead, Photos and Facts. In the next episode, 802, a Blue Jay, well, that's probably June. We'll see June, Dwight, and Sherry and a young boy named Finch. Summary 802 from Wiki. After fleeing Padre, June's safety and solitude are threatened by a desperate father's search for his missing daughter and an unwelcome reunion with Dwight and Sherry. Blue Jay might be June's alias given to her by Padre. And then the other thing is that Fear the Walking Dead star Lenny James confirms that he is done with the franchise after season 8. This is it for me. I think this per CBR is the reference or the source. So I don't know if it's like he's going to be done, and I'm pretty sure people have asked me about this several times. And my take is if Andy Lincoln and or Denai Guerrera called up Lenny James and were like, hey man, we need you for this part in our show, the Rick and Michonne show, I think he would do it. He also says the writing had to be really good for him to come back. So we'll have to see, but it's a big deal that Morgan's not going to die. He's going to be left open for him to stay alive, to be seen again. But let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys either way. Stay safe. And as always, tell them Daryl.
Yo, we love